4 top tips for Google Calendar. These are stuff that I use for productivity and just to help me mentally as far as mapping out what I'm doing throughout the week. And specifically for the call link that you just set up, how do we make sure we separate that? So I'm gonna share my screen. Let's go over to that and show you exactly what those 4 tips are. Should be able to see the screen now. So we are going to go over 4 things. Clock setting, which is going to be the first one. Let's go over that real quick. And then we're going to go over the day, month, and view drop, what to do with your mouse, and then additional notifications, which you should be setting, and then adding to your email signature your call booking link. First and foremost, clock settings. I have 2 clock settings here, as you can see. I have CST, which I work with my partners in the US. They work on Central Time. So I have my Central Time zone here, and then I am currently in London. So my London time zone is here as well. How do we set this? We're gonna go on this wheel settings menu on the top, middle, settings, and you're gonna go to time zones on this left-hand side. You can display 2 time zones max, and I have, as you see here, United Kingdom and then Chicago CST. So you can also ask to update my primary time zone per your location. So this will pretty much geo-fence wherever you're gonna be traveling to be your primary. I toggle that on because I like to make sure that's automatically done. Also add your world clock while you're here. I did forget that. So I have 4, I have LA, New York, PST, CST, Philippines. I do a lot of VA hiring. So if you do need that, let me know. And then South Africa as well. So I have these time zones. What that looks like is here on the left-hand side. It shows you all the time zones. Next, let's go over the day, month, and view drop. So on this top right-hand side, you have day, week, month, year. That's one way to view your calendar. Another way is, let's just say I wanna look from the 14th to the 16th on here on the left-hand side. I highlight it, drag it, and it shows me the 3 days. Let's just say I just wanna see the 24th and 25th. I highlight it, it shows me the 2 days. Let's say I wanna show 2 weeks. Monday to Actually, it goes up to the 31st, okay. So I want to see the rest of the month from the 20th. So it'll show everything here, starting from the 20th all the way to the 2nd, actually. So it shows to the 2nd. That is tip number 2. Let's go back to the calendar. Tip number 3, it's gonna be your notification, additional notifications specifically. So how do we get there? We're gonna go back to the setting menu, hit settings, and once it's loaded, on the left-hand side, you have settings for my calendar is where you want to be. So click on your name, your profile, and you're going to go to event notifications. Click on that. Default right now is typically 1 for 10 minutes before an event. What I like to do is add a notification, and you can add this to 0 minutes. 0 minutes. Perfect. So as the meeting starts, it'll ping you right away as well. And you can also add another one as well, which is maybe an hour before, so 60 minutes or 1. That's a lot, 1 hour. So I have a 1 hour notification, a 10-minute notification. It's like, hey, you got a call coming up, and then 0, hey, the meeting started. So that's tip number 3. Let's move on to, so tip number 4, it's gonna be adding your call book link to your email signature. So what we just created was a YouTube 101 call link, and we made that specific to work for me in this schedule and 45-minute time blocks. You're gonna go ahead and click on whichever call link you want, and you've already set. So you might have multiple like I do here, but let's specifically use the YouTube 101. So we're gonna go ahead and go to share. And I want to only have people book this link. So the single booking page of this, or if you have your other ones, pick and choose. I'm gonna go ahead and copy the link. Done. I'm gonna go to my email. I'm going to share this tab. So email, you should be able to see this now. And same, the wheel cog, you want to go to settings, see all settings, and then you want to scroll down under the general tab, which is going to be your signature. So my signature is here. I can add, let's say, book a call. And then I can add the link. Calendar. I can highlight this, and then link, and then paste the link that we just copied, apply, and then now when people click this, it will bring them up to this YouTube 101 booking page. So this is what we created on the previous video, and now it will be on your signature every single time you email. Short and simple. So recap, 4 things that I use to make myself productive, especially using the Google Calendar. It's going to be number 1, adding the second time zone. Make sure you utilize the tools that you have. So 2 time zones. I work in 2 time zones because I am American but living in London at the moment. Tip number 2 is utilize your mouse functions. So when you have the ability to drag as far as how many days you want to see on your calendar that you're working on, or if it's a specific block, or maybe it's 2 weeks, utilize that feature. Super cool function. Tip number 3 was going to be the additional notifications. I like to use it because I'm used to just snoozing. I'm pretty sure most of you are. So having multiple sets that reminders like, okay, I need to be there, I need to be there, I need to be there, and then I show up on time. And then lastly, tip number 4, adding your call link to your email signature. We all use Gmail. Why not have a signature at the bottom where it's going to show how people can book a call with you? Have that available, and then make sure you utilize that book link and enjoy the calls. Thanks for sticking to the end. Hopefully those 4 tips help you, and also the call link video before. If you actually gone all the way through and you're here still, find me on Instagram, d.beverford, and DM me the number 12. Let's go with 12. If you do that, I'll send you over a list of 12 questions that will help you with your book call links. It's more of like an engagement questions, things that you could be asking, should be asking, and just keep the conversation going. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later, nerds.